Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the second match here with Jacekai Geist. Oh, sorry, third match. We're on the third match, right? Yeah, this is round 3. My apologies. Oh, let's take a look at our opener here. It looks like our opponent kept a 7 card hand. We have turn 2 Lightning Helix, turn 3 Field of Ruin. Unfortunately not turn 3 Click, but obviously we do have draw steps. We could hit a land. I think it's a keep. It's tough, but we have a mix of lands and spells and threats and things like that, so... I think ultimately that's going to be a keep. Swamp, Inquisition. The first thing I thought of when I saw my opponent's hand, Acra Lund, thought of Jund. Turn 1 Swamp could definitely be Jund. We do have a pretty nice interactive hand with Jund, for Jund, but our opponent taking Helix probably means like a turn 2 Confidant. Which is kind of rough, but we can eventually get rid of the Confidant and maybe grind it out with Snapcaster Mages. Yeah, this is Confidant for sure. Yep. Ugh. Bolt off the top one time. That'll do. I guess I'd rather give my opponent some information, because shocking for Sacred Foundry is very inoptimal. So we could even beat Sweet. Yeah, let's go ahead and just draw step, click them. We could even beat the Tireless Tracker here. Yeah, but they might net them 1 clue, but it's not the like dodging Liliana of the Veil there was insane. If they want to just like abrupt decay me here, I think I'm okay. I think just in case that they're Jund, I'd rather get a Bloodbraid Elf out of their hand, but I think they're going to be black-green midrange. Holy crap. That's a lot of removal. Abrupt Decay is kind of good, but I think at this point, like, I win a game like this. I think. It's just so redundant. I don't think I should take anything here. I imagine they're just going to Maelstrom Pulse for efficiency, and I kind of want them to do that. Sure. So everyone's just sitting on 3 removal spells. I guess we go ahead and play the Plains in case we need to snap Helix here. Yeah. If our opponent does nothing, we can hold... I think we actually should hold on to Field of Ruin because they play Treetop Villages. There's no reason, and we also have Jace Shuffles in the deck. So our opponent drew a card, but didn't play a land and didn't play anything, so they could have drawn just another removal spell. Yeah, drawing more lands, not ideal, but it's the name of the game sometimes. We'll go ahead and grind it out here. Our opponent's not drawing like Lilianas or, you know, Tarmogoyfs and things like that, so I think I'm okay with that. Field of Ruin. Interesting. I wonder if my opponent just wants to Field of Ruin me now. No. This is awkward, right? Serum Vision's kind of... The scries get a bit screwed up here. So... just go ahead and Serum Visions here. Wow, those are so good! Oh, jeez. Guess Logic Knot's not bad. Maelstrom Pulse not great again. I mean, Jace not great against Maelstrom Pulse, but... in the off chance that we get to draw the card on top, which is very unlikely, unless my opponent is saving Field of Ruin for Celestial Colonnade. However, I think they just get a lot of value off of Field of Ruin here. So they used one of these pulses. Let's just keep up to date with my opponent's hand. It sucks that Vidillion Click doesn't... Yeah, I figured this was going to happen, but... which is a shame, but I think saving our Field of Ruin is still correct. This Logic Knot makes me feel a lot safer against Liliana of the Veil. Tarmogoyf So if their very last card is Liliana the Veiled, then I'm going to be a little upset. But I think here we just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we don't have a clean answer to Tarmogoyf, and I really don't want to get clocked for a bunch. Ooh, Serum Visions. I was going to go Snap Serum Visions, but I think just Serum Visions is fine. Cryptic Command. Oof. Ooh, good stuff on top of our deck here. Very good stuff. I think I'll take the Colonnade first, actually. And then we'll Shock here to keep up Cryptic Command. Geist of St. Traff would actually be really solid here. Interesting. My opponent's just going to go ahead and pass. There's an argument to playing Snapcaster Mage to bait out like the Fatal Push for Colonnade, but ultimately I think we are favored here going a little bit long. It would be nice to have like a clock going. It's interesting how like green-black does not take like nearly any damage from their mana base, which is super relevant. So with this other snap in my hand, I mean on the top of my deck, I think I'll just go ahead and run one of them out here. So because my opponent has both Abrupt Decay and Fatal Push, I can't like save, and also I don't have the mana, but I can't save Snapcaster Mage with Cryptic Command. Now I could if I want to overload my opponent's removal, but I don't think that's a worthwhile trade. And I imagine we're just going to get Abrupt Decayed here because they want to save Fatal Push for Colonnade. Yep, makes a lot of sense. So here, again, if I wanted to really save Snapcaster Mage, I could bounce it, draw a card. I know they have Fatal Push though, and that would make me shields down for a turn. So I think I'm just going to say, alright, that's fine. I think playing this long game is where we're fine. Again, now they don't have Abrupt Decay in hand, so we can go ahead and cross that out. Liliana the Last Hope is definitely not a card I want to have to deal with. So go ahead and counter it, draw a card. Flooded Strand here. So like a Liliana the Veil doesn't even bother me anymore. It's like a Tireless Tracker. I guess if they have a land that's really annoying. They know about the other Snapcaster Mage. Ah, yeah. So they have the fetch. If I go and do that, if I go Snap Helix right now, there's really not going to be any opportunity, and it's going to grow out of Helix range very soon. So yeah, that's pretty good sequencing for my opponent, right? Tireless Tracker is the one that gets them more value. Red, white. So we know our opponent has only 2 cards left in hand, which is Maelstrom Pulse and Fatal Push, but soon they'll have a few extra cards here in the form of clues and Tireless Trackers, and that really helps. And us drawing this does not help. But we still have Snap Cryptic up, and again we have like the burn win. If they want to use Fatal Push here, then our Snapcaster Mage is going to get chip damage here and there. So our opponent draws a card. Playing the other Snapcaster Mage definitely plays into Maelstrom Pulse, but that would mean that that's one less pulse for a potential Jace. Interesting. I'll just go ahead and pass. In that case, I'll just go ahead and fetch. So that's our last 1, 2, 3. Did they hit our Hollowed Fountain? Yeah, they hit our Hollowed Fountain. So we're out of fetchable shocks. Alright, Logic Knot's not a bad draw at all at this stage of the game. I think I'll keep Flooded Strand in hand in case my opponent... Alright. Abrupt Decay. Okay, so we still kind of have good information about what my opponent has in their hand. Now I'm less worried about any issues with Snapcaster Mage and Maelstrom Pulse. Their Confidant, ouch. That's pretty good. Do we want to go Snap Cryptic here? That's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can still Logic Knot? Yeah, that seems good to me. Go ahead and Cryptic Command. And we know they have a Fatal Push in hand, so we really don't want to bounce Snapcaster Mage in response or as part of the modes. Yeah, turn off Tireless Tracker. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and counter that here. So they have 2 mana available. Let's go ahead and eat some. Actually, let's eat some creatures from our graveyard to shut down future Scavenging Oozes. Yeah. X equals 3. They don't have any mana floating. Yeah. Don't want to exile more than we have to, though. We kind of want to force them into a position where they have to Fatal Push my Snapcaster Mages. Wow, another Colonnade actually changes things for sure. Let's see what we draw first. At this point in the game, I don't think I want to Spell Snare. But at this stage of the game, I think I do want to draw out. I want to represent Logic Knot. But yeah, drawing that second Colonnade makes me okay trading the Fatal Push here. Obviously, our hand is just a bunch of lands, so we just want to get this game over with, because our opponent could have some pretty sick top decks. Get our opponent down to 12. And now, like, there's a lot of cards on my opponent's deck that just don't matter. Abrupt Decays, Liliana of the Veil, Maelstrom Pulse, yeah. Now we don't know anything about our opponent's hand anymore. Wow, playing Bob is gutsy. Wow, Electrolyze, great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rev up Colonnade. Attack for 4. Alright, our opponent doesn't, no responses there. Ooh, and a Logic Knot? Wow. Again, even though their Confidant can, like, hurt them and make them die sooner. Extra Brutality. What did they do? They discarded a land, so Drain Mode? Yeah, I think I want to counter that. I mean, I guess it's just good practice to counter that because they have nothing else in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can get rid of these Serum Visions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. I always get worried with Logic Knot, like I miscounted or something like that. Alright, we went to Flood City this game, but we were able to do an okay job. Put our opponent down to 3, which is Bolt Range, which is going to be really hard for them to come back from. They need like exact, well, even Fatal Push doesn't, yeah, they have like 0 outs, I think, at this point. Yeah, great. It's green-black mid-range down. So we definitely want Purge in this matchup. We definitely want Celestial, Elspeth, sorry. We definitely want Keranos. Relic of Progenitus is an interesting option, and even Click is okay compared to some of our other options in this matchup here. Settle the Wreckage is interesting, but it's a bit expensive, and they are a Liliana and Thoughtseize deck, which makes it really hard to really pull this off in any form of surprise factor. Is it Staticaster, hits Bobs, but that's about it, and they're not a Lingering Souls deck. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards are the ones we want to consider here. Our deck is pretty well positioned against them normally, but I think we definitely cut the Spell Quellers in this matchup. Again, they have so much removal, they have fatal pushes, they have to keep some of them, they have abrupt decays, they have all this stuff that's really hard to interact with, and then they just trades 1-for-1 with them. We just really want a 2-for-1 them. Right, so let's get our 2-for-1 engines in here for sure. Purge is great. Click is solid as well. So Relic of Progenitus is really only for Tarmogoyf. That's about it. We can probably cut these helixes. These helixes. Sure, answering Dark Confidant in turn 2 is pretty important, but we do bring in Celestial Purge as an answer for that, and then Relic just shuts down Tarmogoyf, which is really nice, and also helps against Liliana the Last Hope sometimes. Whew. Okay, that's a mouthful, but ultimately, we could even like trim a bolt, but again, I just think answering Dark Confidant, answering Tireless Tracker is just really important. So let's go ahead and run it back here. We have a pretty good sideboard plan against them. We have Keranos, we have Elspeth. If we can land those, we'll be in a really good spot. Unfortunately, this hand is not great. We'll have to mulligan it. Wow, I'll have to mulligan again. This is, I guess, a keep. Yeah, time to get our hand shredded, and then Confidant, and then Lily, and then game over. Yep, take the Purge. I just don't think I was in the business of, like, yeah, Dark Confidant. If we can draw like a Lightning Bolt here, that would be great. Shit. Okay. Liliana the Veil. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, why did I have to predict that? I felt like I just predicted that. Oh jeez. Oh god. Do I just like? There's no way I'm ever getting to cast Elspeth in this matchup. So I think I'll just run out Snap. Okay. Scoos. Yeah. Wow. Definitely wasn't doing anything with the Snapcaster Mage here. Jace, huh? Okay, I guess we play Field of Ruin. I guess we draw step. Now Spellbomb. Interesting. Interesting to know some of their sideboarding plans here. Interesting. Are they targeting their Blooming Marsh? Let's get a Plains. Oh, they were just adding. Yeah. Yeah. So they have Spellbomb, Liliana. Even Jace is like not good here, because if they go Liliana tick up, it's kind of like we're forced to discard the mountain. Alright, well they're not playing Liliana yet, at the very least. But now they're going to realize like slamming Liliana is just insane right now. What's nice is if they slam Liliana, then they can't really attack. Although they could down tick Liliana. And then Jace is like not even a threat. Yeah, actually I like the down tick line for my opponent. Uptick means I don't cast Jace next turn, but downtick means that Jace doesn't matter. And that's arguably better. The way my opponent loses it from here is like Path, Scoos, Snap, Path, Confidant, something like that. Yeah, if I'm my opponent, I'd be tanking here too. I think that's it's a very reasonable tank. Yep. I think my opponent chose the right line here. Click. Huh. That's really interesting. Click can clear Liliana, actually. And I can just discard a mountain. Alternatively, I could just Jace Brainstorm, but I think this is okay. I don't play the mountain. I discard the mountain to Liliana of the Veil. Clear Liliana. Maybe bounce a Scooz. Go ahead and discard this mountain here. Yeah, my opponent had like the dream start here, and we multi 5, and we're still putting up a fight. So, opponent discarded an extra Liliana. Oh, excuse me. Shoot. Wow. Looks like we should have discarded that Jace. I guess at this point I should just target myself. Sure. If I was my opponent, I'd be attacking with, wow, yeah, with Bob too. Huh. They're presenting the trade because they just don't care. I think I actually have to take it. Because I need to clear this Liliana if I ever have a chance of winning this game. Spellbomb, sure. Cryptic, shoot. And if I had that mountain, play Geist, clear Liliana, it might be a game. But as it stands, Treetop Village, yeah, that's another lethal threat. We go to 8 here, maybe 7. They play Goyf. Yep. They play Goyf and then we're dead next turn, I think. But in case my opponent doesn't do what they're supposed to do, that's what I always like to do, just play it out. Colonnade. Yeah, no. Well, in this case, we're just dead. There's no way we're getting back into this game from here. Okay, well, that felt kind of bad. That felt kind of really bad. I guess the multi 5 did it, but I think our deck is well equipped to beat our opponent, so I'm just going to go ahead and run it back. I think our sideboarding here is fine. Would you like to play first? Yes. Come on, deck! Why? Alright, that's a little bit better here. Snapcaster Mage is a good value card, but we also don't have a land yet, a third land. Although we might find it with Serum Visions and stuff like that, so no turn 1 discard spell. That's really good news for us. Let's go ahead and get a Steam Vents here, untapped. Alright, lands, Path to Exiles. Great. Great cards we want to see on top, actually. I think we want a top. Or, let's undo that. I think I want to put Path to Exile second in case they have Cryptic is also really nice. We're not going to Cryptic on turn 4, but it's a good card, so. The reason we're not going to Cryptic on turn 4 is because if our opponent plays a 2-drop next turn and we want to keep up Logic Knot as well, we're going to want to bolt it and then keep up Logic Knot. That's going to be really difficult to do if our opponent... Collective Brutality? Yeah, that's fine. They could take the Logic Knot, they could take the Lightning Bolt. Either way, Lightning Bolt. They probably want to take Logic Knot so they can force out something this turn. Or next turn, like a Liliana, Last Hope, Veil, something like that. Alright, they take the Logic Knot, which makes a lot of sense. Question is, do we want to shock that Sacred Foundry in? If we think about it, if they go Liliana, tick up, we can go discard Bolt, cast Snapcaster Mage, Bolt Liliana, attack Liliana. At the same time, we do have Cryptic on top of our deck, and it would be nice to be able to cast that next turn. So we could have played a line like that, but yeah, I mean, Fulminator. Oh, that's different. That is not what I expected. Imagine they'll cut us off. They'll hit one of our colonnades here. Sure. In this case, we probably want to go Snapcaster Mage, Serum Visions. Make sure we hit some solid land drops coming up here. Because that's a really poor way to have to lose the game. It's a lot of nice land drops. Do we want all of them? Do we want any of them? Because we drew a land as well. So I think bottom is okay. It's a shame here, right? Because then if my opponent plays like Tireless Tracker, I'll be forced to kill it. But then I won't be able to have Cryptic Command mana. And so it's rough. Interesting. You want to Field of Ruin me? Dark Confidant? Okay. I guess go away for Confidant. That's pretty good. See what I draw here. Another land. I guess I'm glad I bottomed it. The other lands. So I think we can go ahead and just start here. Again, the best way we lose is our opponent just gaining a ton of card advantage against us. And I think I'm going to take a hit from Tarmogoyf here. I think one of the ways that we can win this game is finding Elspeth Sun's Champion. That'll be a really good way to... Alright, let's take the hit here. I mean, I kind of have no doubt my opponent has something good here. Like a Liliana the Last Hope, down tick, get back Dark Confidant. That would be like a really, really good play for my opponent here. Another Tarmogoyf would also be kind of Scooz. Yeah, I thought about Scooz as well. I think I'd actually have to path it instead of anything else. It's weird because Tarmogoyf is obviously the stronger creature, but we kind of want our Snapcaster Mages to be live draws in our deck, and Scavenging Ooze just shuts that off completely. Let's go ahead and fetch some more. I think we want to make sure our white sources are good here. Path to Exile. And, wow, that's actually really nice for us. So I think here we get in. It's a shame that they still have a Field of Ruin for my Colonnade here, but it's nice that I have Path to Exile for this Tarmogoyf here, and can keep up Cryptic Command mana. So yeah, at this stage of the game, my life total is getting a bit scary. Depending on what my opponent has here, it's possible that I could go Snap, counter a spell, bounce Snapcaster Mage. It looks like my opponent doesn't really have anything here, which is pretty good for us. Let's get Steam Vents. Relic of Progenitus, not really what I want to see right now. But it is a redraw, more or less. Redraws are quite poor, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm just afraid my opponent has Fatal Push in their hand, which is why I don't want to... why I don't want to like bounce my Snapcaster Mage in response to anything. Let's go ahead and add a blue mana here. Let's go ahead and get a blue mana. Question is, do we want to pop Relic right now? I mean, that would really like blow up our graveyard. We've got some good stuff in there. I think we'll just say okay. Now that Treetop Village is going to start getting in for damage here. Yep. Sure. I really do wonder what my opponent is sitting on. I feel like it's either like they're sandbagging lands for Tireless Trackers, or it's like Collector Brutality. It looks like they just play a land. Dark Confidant. Yeah, I have to counter that. And I want to dig through my deck a little deeper to find... Ooh, Field of Ruin. Wow, that was a good pickup. That was such a good pickup. I mean, land is a bad pickup. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start here. Hopefully don't draw Snapcaster Mage. Sweet. Oh, they played another... I didn't even notice they played another Treetop Village. So I guess it's nice that we drew that Bolt. Liliana of the Veil? Yeah. Wonder if they go upstairs here. It's got to be going downstairs. I just feel like that's got to be the most reasonable thing here. Yeah. Alright, looks like they're probably going to rev up double Treetop Village here. And I think I'll just kill both of them. Man, this is the grind here. They could be sitting on a Maelstrom Pulse for like a Jace. I'm going to let them attack first before I do anything. Or I think step one is actually bolt one of them. And then Field of Ruin the other one. Get, I guess, an island. Click. Whew. Yeah. I think I actually want to save Click for end step here. Plays a little worse into like a Thoughtseize effect. But I kind of want to be able to ambush this Liliana at the end of my opponent's turn. Spellbomb, sure. You can go ahead and get a little more information on what they want to discard with the Nile Spellbomb redraw effect. So sure, Snapcaster Mage becomes a bit of a worse draw now. Ramnap Excavator. Oh my god. That is so good here. Oh my gosh. That's insane. So I definitely want them to... Alright, discard a Catacombs. So we need some good draws at this point. Shoot. Yeah, this is a problem. I think they just have to kill Liliana here. That Ramnap Excavator. I wonder if I was supposed to click them after that draw. I'm not sure if that's hindsight, but so Elspeth Sun's Champion is still an okay draw here, but that Ramnap, oof, yeah. I think, I don't think we have many good draws at this point in the game. Oh, and they just drew the Collective Brutality to kill us. Wow, I feel like they just drew, like, a really good set of cards on top, and I just did not. Yeah, I guess I had Jace coming next turn into some good stuff, but, oh man, that felt like a game we could have won, but that's what happens when you get to the grind with green-black mid-range sometimes. You just... Both of you are top decking cards, and one of you top decks better at the end of the day. And that looks like that's what happened just now. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching that third round here with Jacekai Geist. Stay tuned for the fourth match coming up real soon.